Hello. Let's just, carry on as usual, I guess. I'm here today to do a weekly wrap up. Oh, my voice is kind of messed up. The first thing that I want to mention is that the last video that I did, towards the end of February was a podcast recommendation. And in the podcast recommendation, I said that I was doing a giveaway and that the giveaway would go until the end of February. And yeah, so obviously I'm just going to have it go until the end of March now because I wanted to mention it in a weekly update because I feel like not everyone is interested in watching a podcast recommendation video. So I wanted to, talk about it in an update video so that you can enter it if you would like. So that is still happening. If you would like to enter, I'll probably up it up to 3 people now that I'll send a book to since it was 2 and then I have failed. So I'll just do that. Yeah, so I've kind of started reading. I've already read more this month. Kind of. I finally am reading again, kind of. The first thing that I want to talk about, I don't think that I talked about this, that I finished it, but I finished Bad Feminist by Roxane Gay last month. I think I gave this 3, I feel like all of the reads that I've given 3 stars to recently. So it was pretty good. There were a couple of essays that I thought were extremely, extremely powerful. For a lot of it, though, she talks about a lot of like movies and TV shows and like this kind of stuff, which I think is really important when you're talking about like intersectional feminism and like your like representation and stuff. But I don't know, that doesn't really. It's not that it doesn't interest me, but if I haven't seen the thing, then like I can't really relate to what you're talking about. And she does talk about some stuff that I was like, oh, because I have this thing too that I feel like I've mentioned either in like comment section of other people's videos or whatever, where when someone dislikes something, it makes me very interested to like consume whatever media that is, like if it's a book or a movie or whatever, because I want to know like why you disliked it, which is weird maybe, but I like to experience things for myself. And so there are a couple things I was like, oh, I need to watch that or whatever, but I already forgot what they were, and I probably not like rushing to flip back through this to find out what those things were, and I should have written them down while I was reading it. 3 out of 5 stars. It's fine. It's okay. The next thing that I finished was I finished this is McSweeneys Mammoth Treasury of Thrilling Tales, edited by Michael Chabon. This is issue number 10 of McSweeneys, which is typically edited by Dave Eggers. This was guest edited by Michael Chabon, though, and it's a lot of like adventure stories. There's some noir or like crime, whatever. There's like mild sci-fi, mild fantasy. I don't know why I'm saying mild, but like low key. No, you can't, whatever. I thought it was okay. I wanted to, and I should have done it before I filmed this video, but I was like, I feel like every single person in this except for Sherman Alexie is a white person, and other people matter. There's like 4 women, most of them are men, so I feel like it's not really fair because this is like a special edition of McSweeney's, so I don't think that it represents all like the other collections in general. I'm not gonna pick another one of these up. I want to pick up a different literary journal next, but yeah. So I've never read most of these authors, so that was nice. The one by Rick Moody was extremely good. I don't know if any of you have read anything by Rick Moody, but I really, really liked that story. And yeah, it was okay. I'm trying to read all of these though because I am, I like to do things that are challenging, or not challenging, but like goals and crossing things off of lists. I do want to say that kind of irritated me a little bit is that the varying lengths of the stories. I don't know why, but like when you're getting into a mindset and you read a story that's like 20 pages and then you read one that's 10 pages and then you read one that's like 60 pages, it just really kind of bums me out. Like I like a little bit of consistency with the lengths because then I feel like the ones that are longer are super daunting, and I feel like the ones that are shorter, but like, if the longer one was just like a standalone by itself, then I wouldn't notice and I wouldn't care, but it's the comparison with them that makes it like annoying. But anyways, yeah, 3 stars for that one too. Yeah, whatever. And then this next one is Cabo de Gata by Eugene Rug, translated from German by Anthea Bell. This was really sweet, and this is published by Grey Wolf Press. This is one of the books that I got at Wordstock in the fall, and I thought this was really, really nice. I gave this a 3.5 stars. I Yeah, I gave this 3.5 stars. It's very, very quiet. It's about a man who decides to go like kind of on vacation, or like not on vacation, he kind of just like wants to leave his life that he's had. And so he goes on this trip and he ends up in this place and there's a cat involved, and it's really I definitely cried at a certain point. The whole thing in general is not like a sad book. It's just kind of like a very soft, quiet man having, some kind of not adventure per se, but just a life experience, No, not like super plot driven or anything. It's very tiny though. I thought it was really nice, and again, I feel like quiet, which is nice sometimes. But I did cry. There was a little bit that was pretty rough to read. And then the next thing that I just finished earlier today is The Secretive Chimneys by Agatha Christie. And whoa, buddy. Okay, so she is like, really racist, and it's very, 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 very upsetting. I would like all of the books that I read by her to only have white people in them because I don't want to listen to her talking about people in certain ways. It's not that she's like, it's just the description, and actually a very, very specific thing that she says towards the end of this that I was just like, hold the freaking phone, Agatha. Like, what? I don't care, product of her time, whatever. I still don't really like, I don't want to read about it. Oh, wow, I just got like really worked up for a minute. Sorry guys. So I'm still gonna read all of her books in order, but like, yeah, it's so upsetting. So yeah, I was gonna give it a 4 stars, and then like when that little bit, it like she's racist throughout the whole thing. Thankfully, there's mostly white characters, but towards the end there is like a very specific thing that gets said that I just can't. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. So yeah, I knocked it down to 3 stars because of that. It's an Agatha Christie. There's a mystery. Things happen. It gets solved. It was, I don't want to say mildly predictable. I did think that here, let me just keep holding it up, I guess. I did kind of like think that it was a person. I feel like she laid like a good trap so that if you're like reading into it, you think that that's the person. And so I got like, she bait and switched me or whatever. But there was like a little mild predictability, which, I don't like. I like it when it's like a complete surprise. So anyways, those are things that I finished this last time that I talked to you. This video is super long, but whatever. I'm going to try to just, more uncomfortable reading of, because there's, anyways, I just need to finish some of the books that I'm in the middle of. So I'm picking this one, and hopefully I don't think I'm going to finish it soon, but whatever, that's cool. I would like to read a little bit of that. And then I think the next book that I'm going to start is The House of the Spirits by Isabel Allende. And this, is translated by Magda Bogin. And I just wanted to say that this is one of the books that I bought when I was traveling with my mom across country, and I got it at Left Hand Books in Seattle. Left Bank Books, is that what I said? And I think that all indie bookstores should have these little stamps, because I was like flipping through it, and then I was like, oh yeah, that's where I got it. And so it kind of like fills me with joy. So hopefully, yeah, I'm pretty sure this book is going to be great. I, would like a 4-star read, please. And then I also wanted to mention that I'm like getting a little crazy. So I just started watching the Great British Baking Show. I think that's what it's called. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I want to like make things. I cook, but I want like more, So I have quite a few cookbooks, not like tons or anything, but I just picked one that I have, which is Martha's American Food. I don't even know how this came into my possession. I think I got this like super discounted or something at a Barnes and Noble, like with a coupon or something many years ago. So I tabbed literally every single page because I am completely insane. And so I'm just going to make every single thing that's in the cookbook. I just feel like it. So I think I'm going to pick like 2. I usually, I'm so crazy. I like have ransacked many food blogs, and I like have copy and pasted their recipes into Word documents, and I have all of the blogs have their own folder that I have all these recipes in. And so like usually that's the food that I make, is I like pick recipes from that. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to pick like 2 or 3 recipes from this book a week, and then like other 2 or 3 from because I try to make lunch that I can take with me to work, and I make dinner. So yeah, I feel like these are a lot more simple than the ones in the blog because it's like American food, which is, whatever. And so it's, I mean, they're not, a lot of them are, they have seafood and stuff and frying things, which is complicated, but there's not very many ingredients. So it seems kind of like simple in that sense. And yeah, so I'm really excited. Oh, I'm so excited. And then I've got more cookbooks that I want to do. I'm kind of like, doing that. Did you see that movie, the Julia and Julie or whatever? The woman who cooks all of Julia Child's recipes in a year. I'm just not going to get like that intense or anything. And I'm going to start with something a little bit more simple. I don't like, a lot of the foods in here, but I'm going to make every single one and try it anyways. And if I don't like it, great. I won't make it ever again. I think I'm going to use like a pencil. I think I definitely want to annotate. I feel like cookbooks are nice because you're like, making the food and everyone has their own tastes and stuff. So I'm going to annotate, but with a pencil. I feel like with a pencil would be nice. With a pen, I just feel like it's a little bit too real, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, those are the things that I have finished and the things that I am reading and my new crazy thing that I want to do. And yeah, if you want to enter the giveaway, please tell me that you want to enter the... Oof, I have to sneeze. Oh no. I haven't responded to the comments from the last. I literally have not been on YouTube at all. So, oh my gosh, the sneeze needs to get out of my freaking face. Sorry. So yeah, I need to go back and check. Some people commented, but I wasn't 100% clear if they wanted to actually enter the giveaway. So I'm going to go back and I need to respond to those comments. And yeah, please specifically tell me if you want to be entered. Oh, the giveaway is for one of my favorite books of 2016 also. I didn't really mention that. So yeah, I should have mentioned that at the beginning of the video. I'll write it in the description bar. Yeah, so one of my favorite books of 2016. If you'd like to win it, just please tell me. And I'm going to draw out of a hat. Okay, I have to sneeze again. Bye, guys. Ugh.